Praise take place for Pope Francis at St. Peter's Square. Demonstrations in Rome in support of Ukraine. The art of Picasso meets the public in Rome. Good morning from Zeta Louis. This is Gizem Daver. People gathered in a prayer vigil for Pope Francis. The Vatican press said this morning that he had a peaceful night and now he's resting. Ludovico Bartolini went to St. Peter's Square.
Hundreds of faithful are gathered here in St. Peter's Square at 9 p.m. for a rosary for Pope Francis' health.
The initiative led by the Diocese of Rome comes amid growing concern over the Pope's condition, following recent reports of respiratory issues that have forced him to limit his public appearance. The Vatican has assured that while the Pope is facing fatigue and recurring health challenges, he remains engaged in his mission and continues to lead the Church. This gathering is a powerful display of the deep bond between the Pope and the faithful. Catholics worldwide are joining in prayer for Francis, a leader that known for his dedication.
For me, it is very important to be here tonight to pray for Pope Francis, who is the head of the Church. He is our Pope, and it is our duty to be here tonight to help him in this hard time for him and the Church.
Tu sei benedetta fra le donne e benedetto il frutto del tuo seno, Gesù.
On the third anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, people gathered in the streets of Rome. Lisa Duzo was there for us.
Banners, signs, and messages of resistance. Across Italy, 12 squares hosted demonstrations of solidarity 3 years after the Russian invasion, which began on February 24, 2022. The Ukrainian community and various associations took to the streets to remember and speak out. The faces and scars of war reveal the suffering of soldiers and civilians. Several political figures spoke to reaffirm the support for the cause.
Потрібна допомога військова.
Ukraine needs military assistance, and Europe needs to wake up and get closer, because the war will come to Europe soon.
While the war continues, the international community expresses its solidarity with the Ukrainian people.
The Ukrainian President Zelensky will be in Washington today to sign a deal with the President Trump. Andrei Zeta will explain us the further details.
Started by a journalist's question, President Donald Trump couldn't remember calling Zelensky a dictator, as he attends today the arrival of Ukraine President at the White House. The meeting will focus on the signature of a mineral extraction deal and rare earth concessions, asked by President Trump in exchange of United States support in Ukraine's war. President Trump also met Britain Prime Minister Starmer yesterday, reaffirming his intentions on seeing the agreements with Ukraine.
Congratulations.
The idea, coming both from the United States and from Europe, is that the American presence in Ukraine will work as a security backstop against Russian attacks. President Zelensky admitted that without the help of Americans, Ukraine will lose the war. In Europe, Premier Starmer has called for a summit in London to talk about the security of Ukraine.
Since the Cold War.
Italian magistrates went on strike with 80% of participation against the justice reform, warning it threatens judicial independence. The party of Meloni, Fratelli d'Italia, condemned the strike as subversive, while the Italian National Magistrate Association warned that it undermines democracy. On the 5th of March, the Prime Minister Meloni and the National Magistrate Association will meet. The exhibition, Picasso the Stranger, comes to Rome. Alessandra Coffa will tell us more about it.
Palazzo Cipolla in Rome presents Picasso lo Straniero, running from February 27th to June 29. This exhibition explores Pablo Picasso's life as an immigrant in France, where despite his global acclaim, he never obtained citizenship.
The exhibition features over 100 of Picasso's works, including paintings, sculptures, ceramics, and drawings. Complemented by personal letters, photographs, and archival footage, it offers a unique glimpse into Picasso's struggles as a foreigner artist in 20th century France.
It's something that was not done before, that was not known before, and I have tried to put together the art of Picasso with his status as a foreigner. Okay, what I'm doing is a social history of art, and I underline the social because I think that every artist is inserted into a certain context, and this context is essential to understand the art.
The exhibition presents previously unseen documents that shed light on Picasso's precarious legal status in France. This exhibit reveals how the experience of migration shaped one of the 20th century most defining artists.
The 2025 Oscar nominations highlight the changes in film industry. Longer films, increased linguistic diversity, and a broader range of genres. Now let's hear from Maria Elena Rodriguez.
Thank you, Jason. That's right, Oscars are right around the corner, and we analyzed some trends about the Best Pictures nominees, and some interesting things emerge. Firstly, we can see that the average length of the movie has slightly increased over a decade. In fact, this year we have The Brutalist, which is over 3 hours and 30 minutes long. There is also greater linguistic variety. If last year English had dominated the whole plethora of nominees, now we have also films entirely, for example, in Portuguese, like I'm Still Here. And lastly, there is also a greater genre variety. If last year drama dominated the nominees, now we have also musicals, sci-fi, and horror, The Substance, the 7th to be ever nominated as Best Picture.
And now starts her journey as a digital missionary through social media. Giulia Tomasi met suora Vincenzina in Assisi.
Vincenzina Botindari is a nun, but also a digital missionary who spreads the Christian message on social media. With over 50,000 followers across Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, her videos surpass 1 million views.
There will be new experiments, new platforms, and new ways of communicating faith, and I believe that the Church must be present there.
The Church is increasingly embracing the web, with Pope Francis dedicating 2 days of the Jubilee to digital missionaries and Catholic influencers. Many of them are part of the international group The Church Listens to You, which in Italy has exceeded 100 members on WhatsApp and launched an official Instagram profile on Christmas Eve 2024. Yet, among Christians, not everyone is familiar with digital missionaries, and opinions about them vary.
It's a fantastic idea because nowadays we're all digital in many ways.
I'm not too excited about it.
The only certainty is that the Church continues to follow humanity, as it has for over 2,000 years.
Before we conclude this edition of Zeta TG, I would like to share with you that the latest edition of Zeta magazine is now out. Amore y Guerra includes a dedicated section in English as well. That's it for today. Do not forget to follow us on zetaluis.it and stay connected through our social media accounts. Have a great day.